If we think of Christian Britain as it was 100 or so years ago, we will see in our mind's eye a country where most people would say they were Christian, and a very good many of those people would attend weekly church service. Sunday schools would be full, as would the church pews in even the most remote locations. The picture today is very different. In 2018, so just 2 years ago, a survey showed that only 1/3 of people in the United Kingdom identified themselves as being Christian, with weekly church attendance in England alone having fallen by 211,000 in less than 10 years. Add into the mix the 4.4% of people in the UK who are Muslim, and also those who are Sikhs, Hindus, Buddhists, or of the Jewish faith, and the religious makeup of Britain is very different from how it was around 100 years ago, or even 50 years ago. So, how do we see ourselves in this ever-changing religious landscape? And what is it that each one of us actually believes? Well, over the next couple of weeks, our Bible study and conversation will explore some areas of our faith and maybe help each one of us to be a little clearer in our minds what it is we believe, or who it is we believe in. For each of us, the answers we arrive at may be very different from that of others in the group. But the purpose of our discussion isn't to find unanimity, but to give each of us the space to think through and to share our beliefs with one another in a friendly and supportive environment. For Christians, the Bible is our source of good news for this world. It is to the pages of these ancient texts that we turn to draw inspiration, to find comfort, and to learn more about mankind's relationship with his or her Maker. One particular passage in Paul's letter to the Ephesians sums up much of what many Christians believe. If you pause the video at this point, then you can read together the passage from Ephesians 1:3-14. This is a great summing up by Paul of just what most Christians believe, the gospel in a nutshell. As we've noted, 100 years ago, Christian belief was as natural a part of life in the UK as Sunday roast dinner. Many of us will remember growing up and going to church as young children, going to Sunday school, taking part in Sunday school outings, maybe joining the choir or a church youth group. For some of us, we'll have been confirmed at 11 or 12 years old and been brought up thinking that Sunday equalled church. How times change. Now there aren't many in this country who see within Christianity the certainty that their grandparents saw. It's becoming one faith among many in the country, and in the eyes of some has, along with other faiths, been discredited or disproved by science. Believers are accused of suffering from delusions. The scientist Richard Dawkins wrote a popular book called The God Delusion. He would certainly want the world to consider all religions as nonsense and possibly even dangerous. To Dawkins, God is dead. Christians and people of other faiths are deluded. So, what are we to believe? What do we believe? Well, that will be the focus for our discussion today, and we'll develop this theme over the coming weeks.